Well, good morning. What a weekend, huh?
It was beautiful.
Another decent, incredible day on the way today. With sunshine and the highs going up into the lower 70s, 73 or so. But what a weekend. Holy moly.
No complaints.
And then it's going to cool off again. A little bit. Not bad. We'll get into that. Today, of course, is a big day. It's tax day. So is everybody done and all of that? Ready to go? Or are you filing today? I mean, everybody's filed prior. What's your situation? You're smiling.
No, I'm all done. Are you done?
No.
No?
I will be, though.
Okay. I'm more concerned if you're done.
Just waiting for it to happen. That's all. Just waiting for it to be finished.
Filed, refund received, and spent. That's the story.
You did yours a while ago, didn't you?
February.
Yeah.
As soon as I got the W-2s.
If I can piggyback on how the money was spent, our money was spent. You know, obviously we had a baby, and there's a lot of medical bills that go with it, so we figured, we'll get some money back, and we'll just pay off the bills. Do you know how much it costs to have a baby? Just to have the baby?
It's not cheap.
Just to have the baby show up. Not like there was no complications, and we're very grateful for that. There were no problems, nothing. Just to get Carter to show up and say hi, it was unbelievable. I don't even want to say the number.
I knew someone, and I think I might have told you about this, that when they had their baby, they brought their own aspirin. They refused to take any of the meds from the hospital. And they did their own. I mean, they did their own everything as much as they could do, and then they weren't charged. But could you? I mean, because you think about what they charge you for a Tylenol or whatever you.
I didn't know it was. That
I don't know
outrageous.
that it's worth going through all that to your own accounting while you're trying to give birth to the baby. That's quite a lot to.
Well, I was just
handle.
sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah,
I could have done the accounting.
You could have come in with your pencil.
This part was done.
Calculator.
Well,
think about
think about the people now. Of course, there's the aftercare and the time that they spend afterward. But think about the people who everything goes smoothly, but they get lucky. Like their wife, has the baby in the car on the way over to the hospital or in the bathtub or something. That's got to save you a few hunch.
I know what it's like.
Now, I'm not kidding.
I know what it's like to have and pay for a baby. I'd like to know what it's like to get a refund. That to me would be something. So I just don't ever expect it. Okay, so today is tax day. You have to get everything out by midnight, and I guess we'll have to double check. It used to be when the post office was now we send all of our mail to Syracuse just to get it back to here, which is crazy. You could be sending your mail across the street, and it's still going to Syracuse before it comes back to here. So the is it Plant Street? What's the off 5S there? The main facility for the post office. They were always open until midnight on tax day, and you literally could come driving up at 11:45 and get your tax envelope postmarked for today. I wonder if that's going to be open till late tonight.
They haven't done that in a while. It's Pitcher Street.
Pitcher
They
Street,
haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, so that means you would have to drive to Syracuse if you absolutely had to wait to the last minute. I don't know.
What's the penalty for a one-day late fee, though?
Well, it's the same as 20 days.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. But if you owe money, the interest begins.
Well,
so
and also if you do a
it's
refund from like 3 years ago, you don't get that anymore. If you miss it by a day.
What's that again?
If you're due a refund from if you're filing returns for previous years, for 3 years from then, you don't get your refund anymore.
Oh, you don't?
You don't.
Okay, I guess I don't know anything about that. Anyway, back to that refund thing. I guess I don't know anything about that. But today is the 18th. Of course, today everything is due. The other issue, which is the primary. Today is the last day for campaigning. Hillary was going to be in Utica over the weekend, but it turned out she went to Los Angeles with Clooney, and they had this gigantic fundraiser. But I think her daughter was Chelsea Clinton in town this weekend. Casey, of course, on Friday.
Bill Clinton
was in Syracuse.
Made a stop at Dinosaur Barbecue, in fact.
Oh,
and Kasey's back in Syracuse today.
He just loves that. Bill Clinton just loves campaigning without her around. He gets to go to places,
drinking
and do
beer
things.
and eating barbecue.
Has a great time. Anyway, tomorrow is the primary, and it looks like Donald Trump is has a commanding lead in New York. But the issue is really going to be, can he get over 50%? And what's interesting about New York in the Republican primary is it's 50% in each congressional district. So it's not 50% overall in New York State. It goes district by district. So I believe what you were saying is it's like they have 3 delegates in each district, each congressional district.
Right.
So what happens is it's 2 delegates and then an alternate. And you could get all 3, but you have to get 50% of the vote. You have to win by 50% or more in each congressional district. So let's say in the Hanna congressional district, let's say that Trump gets 49%. But in another congressional district, he gets 52%. So in that other district, he would get 3 delegates. In the Hanna district, let's say he only gets 49%, he wouldn't get all 3 delegates.
Right, he'd get
so
2.
That's what this battle is over. That's why it's so big for Cruz and Kasich, and that's why you're seeing Kasich really work to build up the numbers. He's in second place in New York State.
I'll tell you right now, if I was a registered Republican, which I should have done, I would have voted for Kasich.
Did you go to see him? Because you were tweeting out and messaging, and
I watched it on TV.
You loved him. You really like him.
He reminded me of Richard Hanna.
Okay.
And to me that's amazing.
Well, I'm hearing that from a lot of folks. You know, it does not bear out in the numbers, but a lot of people have said to me, "Boy, I'll tell you that Kasich. He's the only one prepared. He's the only one who knows his stuff.
He's real. He's done good things in Ohio, and he's talking about the issues, and he's staying out of the trash talk, and that's what you want to hear. And to me,
Andrew's become a Kasich expert here.
I'm telling you, I've considered donating. I've considered.
You have,
yeah.
Oh.
If not your refund, because you've already spent that.
If I wasn't broke, I would, of course, donate. But
anyway, so Kasich was in over at MVCC on Friday and pulled some pretty big numbers. Bernie Sanders on the Republican side, on the Democrat side, and Hillary, that battle continues. Hillary's lead seems to have grown a little bit in New York, but Bernie Sanders had a huge rally in Brooklyn where he said it was his largest ever. I think he had like 23,000 people there.
Oh, my.
Big crowd for Bernie Sanders in New York City. So a lot to do. Saturday Night Live got into the political arena a little bit. And, of course, Larry David it was a bit of a Seinfeld reunion as Larry David and Elaine was back on. Elaine from Seinfeld, she was a part of the Open, and Larry David, of course, was playing Bernie Sanders. Here's 6:20. Here's Christine right now.